This is ShortMeTina once again from ShortMeTina.com, doing a post-election recap update on the SPY, the S&P 500. Again, if you've been following me, you know I've been doing analysis of the overall markets, in particular the S&P 500 index, for the past, I want to say, since the sell-off began around here, dating back to mid-October, and I've been consistent with them. At any rate, so election more or less are out the way, and today the markets rallied, right? Even with the Democrats gaining control of the House, the market ended up rallying a little over 2%. Hence why I indicated yesterday not to ascribe, how the market is going to act with particular events, right? I indicated, well, don't go into it saying, well, if the Democrats win, then the markets are going to tank, because the Democrats, while they didn't take control of the Senate, they did take control of the House, and the markets rallied anyway. Again, we're up about 2.5%. And since the sell-off began back in mid-October, I was essentially telling my premium members, and I believe I may have mentioned it as well to, anyone that follows me in any of my social media outlets. For the most part, it's ShortMeTina on most channels. I was indicating once again, in the longer term, right? Actually, I did. If you go to ShortMeTina.com and you click on Swing Trading Watch List, I essentially had an entire blurb on how folks tend to miss the sell-offs, and so they miss the pops, for example. And you can look at a chart back to around 2015 or 2016 when the markets sold off, I believe, prior to election night. Folks didn't buy that, and I, indicated, well, that was a mistake. We can fast forward to the sell-off that occurred in February. No one really bought this sell-off either. No one bought the sell-off in April. And I indicated majority of folks won't buy this sell-off, although, in my opinion, it was a buying opportunity. And so I looked at it two ways, right? We weren't advocating in the community going net short, right? Because in my opinion, uptrend is still intact. We are still in a bull market. So I wasn't advocating going net short. I wasn't advocating running to cash or anything like that. For the most part, within our community, we kept our long positions. We were hedged with a couple of long positions, but we kept our regular long positions. And obviously, most recently, we had like one or two shorts. But for the most part, I indicated, allow your stops to take you out. Even in this volatile market, don't just panic sell and run to cash, because then you miss certain rallies. And it's a good thing that we did that, because we were able to, again, in this volatile market, we were able to profit and hit our targets on a couple of long positions. I shared a few with you, like ticker FEYE. With the rally today, we were up, I want to say, over 35% on that trade. And then it was our GPS trade. We hit our target with that. That did well. And most recently, we put on that AMD short. AMD is actually acting a little bit bullish. Side note here. But I do think at some point it's going to retest, right? So that's kind of like that was sort of like my messaging with my community and free members too. I was like, listen, the markets is selling off. You should have multiple accounts, in my opinion. You should have a longer term account, and then you should have a trading account. When the market sells off like this, it is prime and perfect, in my opinion, to pick up shares in your longer term account, right? You're not going to worry yourself with the gyrations that you see here or the shorter term fluctuations in the market, right? You're going to think longer term, because again, longer term, you're always going to win being a long investor. All right. Where else? Anyway, so I hope you got that. That was a lot. Again, let me recap. When the markets was selling off, I told folks not to panic in my community. I said not to panic. You want to buy this dip, and if they did, the SPY and other stocks are up north of. Well, the SPY in particular is up about 8% since this sell-off low here, and other stocks have also rallied today. So again, not to sound repetitive, but I want you guys to hear this. When the markets sell off, I encourage folks to buy the fear, right? Longer term, if you don't want to see that short-term pain in your trading account, buy the fear in your longer-term portfolio, right? And that, again, worked out. I indicated we have a system, we have a methodology, we had our trades on, we had our entries, exits, stops, loss, targets, etc. I said, follow the plan. If you get stopped out because of the volatility, let's respect our stops. We're not going to hold on to trades we were stopped out of, and we were stopped out of a few, but we were also able to profit off of some trades. Had we have let go of those trades, we would not have seen any profits, and we would have missed the rally. Okay, so that's kind of like the overarching theme that I told, again, members, when the markets were selling off. One, and two, I did a video yesterday and I did say that we were short the market, and we are, but similar, right? We were short the market in our shorter term portfolio because of the volatility. I think that there's going to be a pullback, and I am fairly certain, right? I'm fairly certain that we will at some point get into profit with our shorter term short because of the volatility. Because again, the market did run, but in my opinion, 8% in a few trading days, too fast, too soon. So with all that said, longer term uptrend still intact. I still expect more volatility within this month going into next month. 281, that's great. I do expect a pullback. And even if it does pull back, we have our plan, we have our stops. We're going to respect our plan, we're going to respect our stops. So that's kind of it. Long recap, right? But wanted to get that out there. ShortMeTina once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed this lengthy video recap, do two things for me. One, head on over to my YouTube page at ShortMeTina. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. I do videos every single day. Then head on over to ShortMeTina.com. Sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for the support.